children. I was born in the state of Washington and then spent many years up in Alaska. I moved to Asia in 1989 and have pretty much never looked back. Well, it's interesting. It would have been in the mid-'80s. I was skiing with my brother. We had a break from fishing in Alaska, and I did a tumble, in a whiteout, and I did a double dislocation of my shoulders. And being, young and 20 and immortal, everything went back into place, and I went right back to work without any physiotherapy or anything. So for 10 years, I lived with virtually frozen shoulders. Yeah, I mean, I could do this. If I wanted to go anything, I got to do this. But I was, I was a commercial fisherman. I was living outside my body. Just, it was all like this. And I could throw a frisbee. That's all I needed to do. Pull a net and throw a frisbee. Right? So in '89, I moved over to Japan with the fishing industry and continued with my life. The fishing industry took a tumble when Japan stock market crashed in 1989. And instead of going back to Alaska, I stayed there. I met a woman who became a very dear friend of mine, Miki Miyajima. And she, in 93, 94, she went over to Thailand and ended up staying there. And she fell into Thai massage while she was there. So it would have been 95. I went over to visit her in Chiang Mai. And she said, "Oh, Matthew, you must come to my school and have a massage." And I said, "Oh, I'd never had a massage of any sort in my life." You know? So I went to her school, which is an old medicine hospital, very nice. And it was all about the holistic approach to Thai medicine. And massage is a big part of it. And they're working away like this, and they get to my shoulder, and they, "Oh, you have big problems here." And I said, "Well, yeah. I guess, can you fix them?" I said, "Well, there's only one guy who can fix you." I found this guy, and in about 90 minutes he had both my shoulders free, and I could do this after 10 years of doing this. And I thought, there's something in this. So I started studying the next day. That was 17 years ago. I stayed, at that time, I stayed for about, I think, 3 weeks. I was living in Tokyo at the time. And in those 3 weeks, I just became a new man. I mean, this massage opened up everything to me. It just opened up my whole life. I mean, he put me into my body, you know? And so I went back to Japan, to Tokyo, where I stayed for another 10 years after that, I think. And every year I would go back to Chiang Mai and from Tokyo for those 16 years. And spend 6-8 weeks with the teacher, Pichette, who did this to my shoulders. And just, and also I would go to other courses as well in Chiang Mai. That time there was, I don't know, 6 or 8, not institutions, but people teaching Thai massage to foreigners. Now it's a big industry, so there's lots and lots of people there. But in those days there was a handful of people, and I would spend 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there, 2 weeks there, just for my own benefit. Because I'd be working ridiculously long hours in Japan during those years, and then I would just accumulate time. I'd go over and spend that time in Chiang Mai, study Monday to Friday, 8 hours a day, and get totally rejuvenated, and then go back to Japan and do what I did, and then so I've been doing that for 17 years. Yeah. So it's kept me. I'm convinced that Thai massage and my attraction to it, my diligence, has kept me much healthier than had I not been doing that. I mean, I'm with some wood to touch because I'm virtually really, really healthy, and like I say, I attribute a lot of that to sticking with Thai massage. Yeah.